Hey Maria and team, my name's Kyle. In this video, I'm going to show you guys 3 things you could do today to bring in more high quality HVAC jobs to your business. Now, I know you're probably sitting there thinking like, all right, man, why would some marketing guy be doing this for free? And what's the catch, right? Here's the deal. Most HVAC guys are out there way too busy running calls, doing jobs to really understand how the internet works. And honestly, you guys probably been through your fair share of marketing experts who really don't understand anything about your business. So what I found is that by giving HVAC guys a free blueprint of actual things they can take and implement, some of them end up saying, you know what? I like you, Kyle. Dude, just handle this technical stuff for me so I could just focus on what I do best, okay? So if by the end of this video, you guys could see that I have the technical know-how to get you more service calls and jobs, then just shoot me a message back and we can chat, okay? Or if you want to take this free blueprint and tackle it yourselves, that works for me too, all right? But now let me jump in and show you 3 things you guys could do to set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine, okay? So the first thing we're going to start off with here is content. Now, most business owners, they know they need content on their front page, but typically don't know how much or what the right content is, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you your biggest competitor in Fort Collins. And by the way, I know you guys have a ton of location and service areas, right? You guys are serving, Fort Collins. You guys are also serving Denver as well. But since you guys, or at least what I saw, is that you guys are based out of Fort Collins, I'm going to show you guys how to get more jobs here. But just know that these same exact concepts apply for all of the areas that you serve, just based off of my research, okay? In Fort Collins, I'm going to show you your biggest competitor, okay, which would be Fort Collins Heating and Air Conditioning, who's currently stealing most of those high quality jobs in the area because they're ranking at that top spot, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to see how many words they have on their front page. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, okay, Kyle, that's great, but why are you doing that, right? Well, typically to rank number 1 and qualify for those high quality jobs, that you want to have at least around 1,500 words on your front page, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to copy all the words that they currently have here on their front page. We're going to go to a word counter here, paste it in, and it looks like right now they have about 702 words, which is pretty solid, okay? Now, let's go ahead and check out your guys' site here, and let's see how you guys are matching up in terms of wording, okay? So let's copy everything on your site, put it into here, and it looks like right now you guys have about 3,500 words, okay? So if you guys have more words than them and you're not ranking number 1, then either number 1, you don't have enough the right keywords, or 2, you don't have enough backlinks, okay? Which I'm going to show you here in a second. But just to give you a better idea of the keywords that I'm talking about is I'm going to show you a tool I use. It's called Ahrefs, okay? It's a few $100s a month. But essentially what it does is it gives me the behind the scenes details of exactly what Google's looking at when it comes to ranking a site. And what we're going to do is we're going to see what you guys actually show up here for, all right, when people are searching for HVAC services in these areas, okay? So we'll start with Fort Collins Heating first. We'll put their website into here. We're going to go to keywords. Now, by the way, what is a keyword? It's basically what people are typing into Google, okay? So as you can see, they're showing up on the top spot or the front page for Fort Collins Heating and Air, furnace replacement, furnace maintenance, heat pump replacement, right? Fort Collins AC repair, and many, many, many more, okay? And if you look at the traffic here, do you see how it says, 482, 361, 141, 80, 60, 60, 60? So they're getting at least around 2,000 people just in Fort Collins alone clicking on their website and looking for their HVAC services specifically, which is actually really, really solid. Okay, it's pretty cool. All right, now let's go ahead and check out your guys' site here and let's see what you guys are showing up here for, okay, when people are searching for HVAC services. So it looks like right now you guys are showing up for about 86 keywords, and we see your business name, Fort Collins HVAC, ductless mini splits, Greeley AC repair, Longmont AC services, and quite a few more, okay? Now, I know it says you're showing up for about 86 keywords, but it looks like for most of these words that you have, you're showing up as lost. Okay, as you can see here. So to Google, you're actually showing up as spam. You're actually not showing up at all, okay, for pretty much almost half of the keywords that you have. And if you look a little bit more closely to this, if you look at the position, other than your business name, for words like, Fort Collins HVAC, ductless mini splits, you're showing up on the 10th, 13th, 30th, 40th, 50th, 80th, 100th position. Which means that if anything, you're showing up either on like the second page of the Google list, or you're showing up on like the 15th, 20th, 30th, 50th page of Google. All right. Another way we could tell is if you look at the traffic, you're getting maybe around 50 to 60 people clicking on your website every month. So do you see the difference here? This is the importance of getting your online presence done correctly, okay? So if you guys want to start claiming more high quality jobs and outrank your competition in the areas you serve, then you want to have at least around, or in this case, 1,500 words on your front page, which you have, with more importantly, the right keywords, okay? Super, super key to claiming those high quality jobs, all right? Now, the second thing I'm going to show you here is going to be citations. Now, I know you're probably thinking like, dude, what is a citation and why does it even matter, right? Well, typically when anybody searches anything on Google, let's just say, for example, HVAC Fort Collins, right? There's actually research done from Google that about 40% of people are going to click right here on this map pack. And do you see how Fort Collins Heating and Air is currently showing up number one, even though they don't even have the most reviews? This is not because of their reviews, okay? It's not because they have a big company or pretty pictures or anything like that. It's because they have the most citations, okay? Now, what are those? That is your business name, address, and phone number listed consistently across the internet. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, okay, that's great, Kyle, but how do I get those, right? Well, what you want to do is you want to post your business name, address, and phone number in industry related directories, okay? This could be like, Yelp, Yellow Pages, City Star, Yahoo Local, right? These are all directories you want to be in. And your competitors are currently in more of these than you guys are. So to get into the game, you want to be in at least 300 to 400 directories to show Google in the areas you serve that you guys are the authority when it comes to HVAC. And when you do show up on the top spot in the map pack, then we actually add about 50 to 100 more directories. So once you're there, it takes your competitors a long time to catch back up, okay? So super, super important to get this dialed in. And now that you know how to, let me show you the real money maker, okay? Which will be backlinks. Now, why do I say that? Because again, 40% of people are gonna click on this map pack. But actually about 60% of people are going to click on one of these first few websites that they see, okay? And when I search for, HVAC Fort Collins, repair, installation, and the same thing for Denver, right? If I search for HVAC in Denver, I don't see you guys pop up here at all, okay? So to get into the game, you're going to need backlinks, right? That's other relevant websites linking back to your website, okay? It's kind of like online referrals. And the more relevant that site is that links back to you, the better. For example, let's say, you have a local blog page or maybe even an industry site linking back to you, then that's perfect. That's amazing. But obviously if you're an HVAC company and you have, McDonald's linking back to you guys, that ain't so great, right? Because you guys don't sell burgers. So let's go ahead and go back to Ahrefs here and let's see what backlinks your competitor currently has that's getting them to that top spot, okay? So I'm gonna click on backlinks here. And it looks like right now your biggest competitor has about 1,000 backlinks, okay, which is pretty solid. But again, how do we get these? How do we beat them? Well, essentially what we do is we just go down this entire list of links and match these same exact links for your business or your website so that way you guys show up at that number one spot, okay? So I want you to understand at this point, claiming more high quality jobs, outranking your competition, no matter how big they are, and showing the areas you serve you're the authority, it isn't some magic trick, okay? There's no genie flying around Google or anything like that. It's literally just a method, right? But, I'm sure you guys probably don't care that much about more website traffic, right? You guys care about growing the business, right? Helping your family and your team. So let me show you what this means for your guys' bottom line by actually getting this done, okay? So I did a bit of research, and by the way, again, this entire breakdown, this is literally just for Fort Collins alone. This is accounting any other city in Colorado. Obviously, there's way more people searching if you want to count Loveland, Denver, other cities as well, okay? But in this case, I'm just showing you Fort Collins. And in Fort Collins, there's actually about 18,000 people searching for HVAC services every single month, as you can see here, okay? Now, let's just do some conservative math here. And let's say out of those 18,000 people, let's just say only 5% of those people are even convertible, okay? That would mean an extra 900 potential book jobs for your company every single month, all right? Now, let's say you guys go out there, you take those calls, you do the estimates, and let's say you close, 40% of those jobs, right? That would mean an extra 360 closed and book jobs for your company on a monthly basis. What would this mean for you guys, right? In terms of growing the company, right? Maybe hiring more guys, right? Keeping them busy around. In terms of revenue, right? So this isn't some pie in the sky thing. This is exactly what happens when HVAC guys get their online presence done correctly, okay? So just to recap what we covered today, first thing is going to be content. So you want to have at least 1,500 words on your front page with, more importantly, the right keywords. Second thing is going to be citations. So you want to be in at least 300 to 400 directories to rank above your competition. And lastly is going to be backlinks, okay? Meaning you need more relevant websites linking back to yours to show Google in the areas you serve that you guys are the number one choice when it comes to HVAC, all right? And if you implement this, you guys will be number one. I'm sure you're probably thinking like, dude, listen, I work at the front desk, or hey, I'm a contractor or business owner, depending on who's watching this. I'm not some computer geek, right? Well, look, you could either, number one, take this free blueprint, tackle it yourself, and I'm totally cool with that. Or if you want to take the most effective route and save yourself some time, then you could just reply right back to this message, okay? Again, my name's Kyle, I live right here in Monument, Colorado, so I even love to meet you guys in person. But if it's easier, just reply back to this message. My number is 719-396-1510. But at the very least, I hope this is educational for you guys. Showed you a few things you can implement right now to start claiming more high quality jobs and outrank your competition, okay? So at the least, just give me some feedback on this video. Let me know how I did. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Get out there and we'll talk soon.